Hi, the new assignment is called XMORPH, and first thing you need to do is build a cartoon head. Now there's lots of different ways to build it. I have a preference, of course. I'm starting out with a sphere, and I'm turning this one down to 12 and this one to hexahedron, and I'll make this editable, so I'll press C. Now what you have here is basically a blown up cube with 4 subdivisions and a symmetrical line in the center, which is good. I don't like to model with the symmetry object. If you prefer to do so, fine. Then you just need to cut away half the sphere. I don't like it, and I'll show you a couple of reasons why that is. Well, let's first start, and let's just start with the eyes. Now I need eye sockets, so I need to be roughly about here. And first thing I'm going to do is actually going to get that line, this edge, and using MO on your keypad, you can actually move these along the other edges that are connected to it, which is kind of neat. Right, and next thing I'm going to do is grab these 2 polygons and shift them a little bit to the back, like so. Something like that. And you can use that MO short key to move points and do something like this. And this is just the eye socket. I'm going to model the eye in these 2 polygons. Normally I would build symmetrically, but later on I'm just going to delete the 1/2 and copy it, but it sort of gets in the way, symmetry object, with the mouth and the nose, because since the surface is split, you will never get a nice round edge. You will always get a hard edge in the middle. You can get rid of that, I know, but it's just a lot easier. I'm hitting MO again and just shifting this here, shifting that there, and let's make these the corners of the eye. So let's shift this one over here and that one back here, maybe a little bit down, something like that. See, you already get this sort of like an impression of an eye. Now next thing I'm going to do is have the selection extruded internally, so I'll hit D and I'll just make an extrusion this way. I'm doing that again, so another extrusion, and this one I'm gonna scale up, just gonna be outside the geometry, and move that back, way back, because this is just the socket of the eye. It doesn't really matter what shape it is or how large it is. I'm moving it over to the left of the head, and well, this is basically it. You don't need to do anything more. Meanwhile, you can put in a subdivision surface to see what you're doing, and you can already tell I need to scale this up a little bit more. So I'm just scaling it up way more, moving it back a little bit, sort of like that. That looks good. Okay. Now, if I zoom in on this, I can make cuts to make the eye socket better, more like a socket, not like a surface with just a hole in it. The first thing I'm going to do is select this loop of basically the rim of the eye socket. And I extrude that again. So hit D, extrude it again. And you see it splits, but I actually like that because I get corners of the eyes. And let's move these out like this. So you get sort of like a lip on it. Now if I want to move the eye back into the head a little bit, I'll just do UY and do that again and just move this back a little bit. Actually, that's not going to work. Let's under select, I'll shrink the selection. Didn't know the shortcut. And I'll just move this back. That looks a lot better. Keep turning the camera so that you can actually see what you're doing. And I can actually scale this up a bit because it's fairly small eye. So now I'm just doing UI again. Hit the scale button, the T, and just scale this up like so. This looks okay. Now, of course, you can put eyeballs in it. My advice to include a sphere and just go into the front view and just scale down this sphere so that it's a little less than half, because it has to be fairly big. I'm just going to move it in place here and go to the side view over here and just move it up there. It's just not going to be perfect, but see, I've already moved it too far back, and it has to be a little bit to the side, something like this. Right. Now, if you make an eyeball like this, you want to have it textured in the proper manner so that the iris and the pupil is round. Now, if you want to do that, just rotate the ball, the sphere, so that it faces the front. Something like this. It's already easy to see what is going to be the pupil and the iris. So we're just going to do it like this. Now I've got nice geometry for the eyebrows, nice cheekbone here. Next thing up is the mouth.